On today's episode of Hero Syndrome, video games are taking a back seat. Hey everyone, welcome to the episode. The only thing I love as much as video games are movies. So we're talking about the best movies of 2016 so far. Let's dive right into it. I'll tell you what's not on the list. Batman vs. Superman. Not as horrible as everyone says. But we're talking about Batman vs. Superman. You deserve better. You deserve a 10 out of 10 movie. We're talking about Batman and Superman. How do you mess that up? You know who didn't mess it up? Dory. She didn't mess it up one bit. Finding Dory. What a delightful film. Just fills my heart and my soul with love and respect, Easy Ally style. A little bit of fear going into this movie. You know, Finding Nemo, kind of a self-contained story. Of course, you can open it up, but it had been so long since that film had come out. So it just seemed like one of those movies that didn't need a sequel, especially in the beginning of the movie when it was somewhat beat for beat Finding Nemo. And then we get introduced to my favorite character of 2016, Hank. Hank the Octopus. I can't even like express the amount of love and emotion and hype I have for this character. Just a great story arc, filled with emotion, filled with redemption. This movie made me weep at some moments, and made me cry, and made me care about the world. And that is a powerful film. Next up, horror is not dead. The Witch. This movie permeates evil. It just oozes off the screen these sinister and evil vibrations that penetrate the mind and soul. It is a hard film to watch and take. It is unnerving. It's just like getting poked by a fork for 90 minutes. I love The Witch because of the way it's filmed. Slow, deliberate pace with a lack of music. I love when movies have the guts to kind of tone down on music and use it sparingly. It just gets me more into the world when I hear just ambient noises, you know, birds chirping, crickets crackling, witches cackling, the whole 9 yards. Again, horror is not dead, and I always like to say that as a viewer, it is somewhat your responsibility to allow yourself to be scared, to allow yourself to believe in these things. And The Witch makes it very easy to let your guard down and believe exactly what is happening because of the time period and the way everything goes down. Next up, completely took me by surprise. Who knew The Jungle Book would be one of the best movies of the year? The Jungle Book, so jolly. And going into this movie was weird too because I know Andy Serkis is making like Jungle Book Origins. Tarzan came out at the same time. It's live action. There was a ton of noise going into this movie that kind of drowned my hype a little bit and kind of let my guard down going in. I didn't know what to expect, and I was blown away. The animals in this film have so much more emotion than humans in so many other movies. You really feel for every single character involved in this. Idris Elba kills it as Shere Khan, just a menacing and threatening villain. Anytime he's on screen, I'm nervous. This guy's like, don't mess with him. And it just has these incredible sequences, like when they go and see Christopher Walken as big ol' Monkey King. Just really memorable scenes, and one of the movies that has stayed with me above the rest. Next up, I've briefly talked about it on Frame Trap. I want to throw another bone to the Purge election year. You know, it's easy to dismiss the Purge, but the Purge election year has made, single-handedly, by itself, made that entire franchise more meaningful and relevant. By having this third movie be about stopping the Purge, by having this third movie be about getting into office and abolishing the Purge, it's just easier to get behind as a viewer. It's fighting for a cause that I'm in on. Like, the other Purges are about violence for violence sake or revenge for revenge sake. This is about stopping and putting an end to the Purge and meeting all of these characters along the way, this ragtag group of characters that own a shop or that go out into the Purge in a medical van trying to help people. Every single character and motivation was believable and so easy to rally behind. I'm obsessed with Frank Grillo. I'm just gonna get that out there. I'm a fan. I'm a fanboy. Frank Grillo hype. He's Crossbones in Winter Soldier and Civil War. If you haven't seen any of the Purge movies, he came into Purge 2, and it's in Purge 3 when he really opens up as a character, and the chemistry between him and Juliet from Lost. Juliet, you're doing it again. You're making me care about you as a person. When you were Juliet, same thing. I don't even know your name as an actress. That is unprofessional and not cool, but I love you. Also, Limehouse. It's for you Justified fans. Last up, the Allies know it's coming because I have been shouting from the rooftops about this film. It was on the queue many weeks ago. We are going to not show this film. We're just probably going to show a picture or two because the less you know, the better. My #1 film of 2016 by a considerable margin, even more than The Witch, The Wailing. From director Hong Jin-na, I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that correctly, he's from South Korea. This is a Korean film. This is my #1 movie of the year, and again, I don't want to get into specifics. Try to go in knowing as little as possible, but in the meantime, I know a lot of you out there have been having a hard time tracking this movie down because of its limited release. In the meantime, if you cannot find this movie anywhere, watch his 2 previous films. This is his 3rd now. The first being The Chaser, the second being The Yellow Sea. And you can get a little bit of taste for his directing style before The Wailing is released to the masses on demand or DVD, Blu-ray, in the theater, wider, who knows, but The Wailing is a gift to film. That's it for the episode. That is film of 2016. I am at Michael P. Huber. Tweet me or post in the comments, or join us in the conversation on Talking Syndrome on Twitch, Saturday, 11 a.m., my new companion show where we have in-depth discussion about the episode. We can hang out in there and talk. We are easy allies. Follow us on Patreon, YouTube, Twitch, all the social medias. We're streaming all the time, reviews going up, spreading good vibes, love and respect. I do want to take 1 minute to thank Roger Ebert. Roger, wherever you are, I hope you can hear me. Thank you for everything you've done. You were a role model for me growing up. You're an inspiration. I love you, and thank you for everything you did in the industry.